Hey, it's Brian Newman with the Spotlight of Business Owner Show, and today we're thrilled to have Wendy Harris, owner of Design and Blooms. Hi, Wendy. How are you?
Hi, I'm great. How are you?
Good. Nice to see you. Yeah,
Yeah, thanks
so
for having me on.
oh yeah, my pleasure. Yeah, so you got a great business, and before we get into it, can you tell people a little bit about your background, your education, and how did the Design and Bloom business start?
Okay, yeah. I have a background in art. I've always been a very creative person. I went to ISU, Iowa State University, for art and design. And then I took also floral arranging classes, everything that was available in my area, because I just saw flowers as a new medium. So I had worked with paints and pencils and all the design materials that you think of, and then I found florals and found it to be a very creative outlet. And then just getting under a really good designer. I sought a job with one of the best designers in Des Moines, Iowa, and worked under him for several years. And he really mentored me and taught me things that you don't just learn in a class.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Yeah, so that was really fun and just discovered a passion for florals and went on with that and took a break to have kids and raise a family, all that type of thing. I just moved to the valley about 2 years ago, 2.5 years ago, and a little
Okay.
over a year ago started our LLC here.
And what part of the valley are you in?
We're in the Northwest. We are based in Surprise. We're a professional home studio, completely licensed and insured. We do everything that a regular brick and mortar shop would do. We just do it from our home.
Oh, okay. I know you were in my last event that I had, and I was able to see some of your floral arrangements. I mean, they are absolutely gorgeous.
Thank
I
you.
had to bring I bought one, for the
Yeah.
holidays. It's in our living room, so it's really, really beautiful. But yeah, I was going to ask you, why do people buy floral arrangements?
Oh, any number of reasons, especially, holiday times. That's one of our busier times. Centerpieces for a beautiful holiday table, or just having that fresh pine scent in the room, just
Oh
even doing
yeah.
a small bedside table arrangement, something to bring a little cheer and color. Of course, also anytime you have a life event, florals are the first thing that you go to celebrate. Like I said, just florals bring life to a room. It's more than just decorating a space.
Oh yeah, I mean, picture a wedding without flowers, you know what I mean? Or
Yeah,
like any celebration or even a funeral without flowers, it's just
right.
yeah, it adds a lot of atmosphere and cheerfulness. And I was going to ask you, what's your fondest memory of how flowers impacted your life?
It's funny that you mentioned a funeral because when I was 8 years old, I lost my grandmother, who I was very close to, and that's my first really solid memory of how a flower impacted my life. My dad gave me a carnation from her casket spray, and I kept that carnation. It was a pink carnation, and that's where I remember the smell of a
Oh,
carnation is from my grandmother's funeral. And, it wasn't so much a sad memory as just a cherished memory, and the flowers really comforted me. And so I know if I have that memory from being 8 years old, I realize how flowers impact people's lives. And so every arrangement, I try to keep that in mind that these flowers are going to impact someone.
oh, okay. Yeah, no, I can remember the same thing, yeah, when I've been to certain events, and the flowers stick out, in my mind. No, I was going to ask you, Yeah, when people are choosing a floral designer, what should they look for?
The first thing people think of is price, and rightfully so. We all have budgets, and we all realize that budgets are important and important to stay within. But you also have a vision and a dream, and what your vision is for whatever moment that you are celebrating. And so you want to stay within that budget, but just because you get a quote that is the lowest quote doesn't mean that's necessarily the florist that you should go with. Okay, so you want to make sure that your florist aligns with your vision. Does that florist have the ability to design the way that you want your designs created? Does that florist really understand your vision? Has that florist repeated that vision to you and communicated that they understand that vision? Because that all comes into play. If you just go with the cheapest price, it's going to look like you went with the cheapest price, you
Oh,
know? Um,
oh yeah.
and like I said, not that that price doesn't matter, because it does. And we always try to work within people's budgets. I've worked with many brides that are very upfront with me, say, hey, this is how much I have, this is what I want, and we come somewhere in the middle. Because a lot of times we hear Pinterest budget or Pinterest vision with a dollar store budget,
Oh
and
yeah.
people, and that's where it's our job as a florist to educate the person in, yes, this is what you want, but taking this, what you want is going to be $3,000. Your budget is $300. So let's, instead of doing this, let's do this and this to get closer to your budget.
Yeah, no, it's nice that you can work with people's budgets, and to modify things, you know.
Mhm.
Yeah, I was going to ask you, so I know there's different floral companies out there,
Sure.
and like there are different shows out there, talk shows. What makes yours different than the other florists?
Well, I think just a combination of my experience. I've been doing flowers since 1990.
Wow.
Like I said, took time off to raise that family, but you never really get out of the industry. Once you're in a creative niche, it's kind of hard to not do it. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
So just that combination of experience, the creativity, and like I said, I really do work with people's budgets, and I really get to know the person, um, and find out what it is that they really want, what's really important to them, so that I can fulfill as much as of their dream as possible.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Wendy, yeah, can you let people know what's the best way to get in touch with you, to order flowers, to view what you have available?
Sure, I have some pictures on my website, and that's just www.designandblooms.com. Um, or the best way is just to pick up the phone and give me a call, and I can either guide you through pictures or just hear what it is that you're looking for and describe what we can do for you. Every design is custom made, um, so we don't do, you know, what they call chop and drops. So every flower um, is custom made, so to your specifications.
Oh, okay. I was wondering also, I know, there's a life to the flower arrangements. I'm sure they
Sure.
vary from one arrangement to another. How long do floral arrangements normally last, and can you prolong them?
Yeah, that's a great question. It depends really on the flower. Each shelf life is different flower to flower, but when you get a bouquet, you can expect it to last 5 to 7 days. And then flowers are going to start. Um, some flowers will die quicker than others. So to prolong that bouquet, just pluck off the spent blooms to keep it fresh looking. You can also, if it's in a vase, you can take it out, recut the stems, and put it in fresh water. Um, the thing um, that really kind of deteriorates the floral arrangement the most is bacteria. So if it's sitting in old water, it gathers bacteria, it's going to kill the flowers faster.
What about the old adage to add an aspirin to the water or something like that, or a
That's a great
penny?
wives' tale, but it's a tale.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Same with the penny in the water. Yeah, the copper doesn't do anything to the water. But if you don't have flower food, you can use half Sprite and half water or 7 Up because the soda has the sugar that the flowers need, and it also has a bactericide in
Oh, wow.
the lemon.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's interesting.
So the actual lemon juice acts as a bactericide, and so that'll help prolong the flowers.
All right. All right. I'll have to remember that. No, so what is I know there's certain flowers, certain plants that people buy that actually can be dangerous to humans and animals. Which ones are those?
Yeah, so at Christmas time, it is poinsettias. So be
Oh,
careful if you have curious cats, especially. Cats are usually the ones that are chewing on the plants. So um, those will definitely harm your animals. You want to keep those out of their reach. Another plant, the only other one that I can think of specifically is a Dieffenbachia, and that's a green plant. Um, so yeah, you want to be sure to keep those out of the reach of your pets as well. But if you're concerned, yeah, always Google. A lot of plants are harmful to pets. So yeah, if you get one as a gift or there's a particular plant you want to buy, I would just Google it and see how harmful it might be to your pets if you have a curious pet that's going to eat a whole plant.
oh, okay. Oh, wow. No, so delivery. I know that you guys are in the Surprise area. How
Mhm.
far do you deliver in the valley?
Daily we serve the Northwest Valley. So if you're just wanting like a fresh arrangement for a birthday, anniversary, or just a thinking of you, our minimum for delivery is $50. In Surprise, our delivery charge is $15, and then the surrounding areas are $20. And then if it's something like for a party or an event where it's a bigger order, we go um, as we go to Scottsdale quite often for dinner parties and that kind of thing. For weddings, we've gone as far as Sedona, um, up near Flagstaff, and then we just adjust the delivery and setup fee for that.
Oh, nice. Nice. You don't deliver out of state or anything like that, do you?
Not usually. There have been a couple of times
Uh,
where I've gone to another state to do a wedding, that kind of thing.
oh,
But that's, that's set up with the family and um so yeah, we are open to that. We don't do that very often.
oh, okay. All
But
right.
as far as like a wire service, I don't do a wire service um because we have Google now and you can look up the florist because it's a wire service is just calling another florist and having them
Oh,
fulfill the
like
order.
FTD, I think it was called. Oh,
Yes,
okay.
yeah.
Oh,
So
yeah.
most people will just, call the florist themselves and cut out the middleman. So I don't really offer that service.
Oh, okay. No, so one final question again. Um, like holiday specials. Do you have any
Yeah.
holiday specials that our audience could take advantage of?
Yeah, if you mention the Spotlight Business um, podcast, then you can get 20% off any Christmas arrangement.
Nice.
So whether it's a
Nice.
centerpiece or just a vase arrangement, we'll take 20% off for you.
Oh, that's great. That is great. So, Wendy, one more time, can you let people know what's the best way to reach out to you, to order, and to learn about your different arrangements?
Sure, just go to designandblooms.com or just call me at 602-856-6309. We'd
All
love
right.
to
Well,
talk.
oh, great. Well, thank you for being on here. And again, if you're viewing this, yeah, please reach out to her. She's got some gorgeous arrangements. I've seen them up close and personal actually a week ago, and ended up buying one. So, yeah, really, really beautiful things you do. So, thanks for being on here.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Yeah, my pleasure.